2020 was a different year. In January, we had heard of COVID, but things were still normal. We weren't wearing masks and we were still going to school. Jonah turned 7 and he had a laser quest party with all his friends. Not long after that, we went to see Cinderella the Panto in Norwich. I was looking forward to the new year and going back to school after the Christmas holidays. In February, we were still going to school, and in half-term we went seal spotting at Horsey, where we saw loads of huge seals and adorable babies, as well as going to Thetford Forest with some of our friends. We also went rock climbing at Gravity, and I climbed to the very top of some of the highest walls. It was very scary. March was probably the weirdest month of 2020. At the start, it was World Book Day, and there were loads of great costumes. I went as Amber from the Midnight Gang. When we found out that we were going into lockdown, things at school were a little bit different. We made the My Lighthouse video that went viral on Facebook. It had 250,000 views. This made everyone enjoy the last days of school even more. We ended the month with going into lockdown. I enjoyed dance lessons online and going on lots of bikes and walks with my family. In April, the sun finally came out, so we had the paddling pool out lots. Easter came and our cousins adopted some orphan lambs and called 2 of them Nell and Jo. We also did lots of Easter egg hunts on the track near our house. Not long after that, I turned 9, and although we couldn't go out, my family and friends did lots of nice things for me, like it made a video compilation with lots of video messages. I also got a trampoline that I had loads of fun on, and I achieved 25,000 steps in one day. In May, we continued with homeschooling and had to find new ways to learn. We did a fun science experiment that definitely did not go as planned, as it involved a lot of mess and quite a lot of clearing up.
It passes a non-Newtonian fluid, so it's a bit like oobleck. So when there's pressure put on it, it hardens. But when it's just like, when you're gentle with it, it's a liquid. So we're going to try dropping it and see what happens. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The whole country celebrated VE Day. To celebrate, we had a barbecue and put up our Union Jack flags, as well as going for a long walk with mini flags. And we saw lots of people having garden parties on the walk. On one of these long walks, we found a bridge down a footpath to Brook, with a pretty waterfall, which turned out to be our happy place. In June, we were still in lockdown, but as it was so hot, we had plenty to do. On one of the hottest days, we tried to fry an egg on our pavement. This just made more mess than cleaning up, as the egg grew a shell and then popped. One evening, we were very lucky to have a hedgehog on our track that we got so close to. It stood still for so long, and then it wandered through the hedge. As it was still nice weather, we continued with walking down the footpath, which was getting full of tall crops. Before the summer holidays started, the whole school took part in Virtual Sports Day. Because the sun shone, we were able to spend lots of time with family in the garden for barbecues. Then the summer holidays started, and I started to really enjoy baking, so I made lots of biscuits and buns. One day we were really bored, so we went to explore Poringland Woods, where we found a rope swing that is great fun. During August, we had lots of fun at home. Although we didn't go on holiday, we had lots of fun by ourselves by putting 3D animals all over the house using a website. We had so much fun at Poringland Woods the first time that we decided to go back again and did the fairy door trail that you could do. As well as that, I went fishing with my dad and I caught 4 fish. In September, I was so excited to go back to school, but first we went to Laven and Falconry, where I held 6 birds of prey and stroked 2 others. I also held a bird that weighed 2 to 3 kilos on one hand. And then we went to Dunwich, where we had the fish and chips on the beach. Finally, we went back to school, where I had loads of fun on the first day back. It was so good to see my friends and teachers again. I also applied to be vice captain for Ket, and I was voted to be. During October, it started to feel like autumn, and half term started, so I had lots of spare time, so I started going running. One day we went tubing for Lucy's birthday party, and I went down the slope almost too quickly. Another day we went to Cly in North Norfolk, where we got saturated on the beach, and even though we got wet, we still had fun. In November, it started to get much colder, so we went for shorter walks through very wet and muddy footpaths and to Rockland and Surlingham marshes. These were also very muddy. I continued going running and did lots more walks and bikes. In December, we started opening our advent calendars. We were all looking forward to Christmas and getting our Christmas tree to decorate. Once we'd broken up for the Christmas holidays, we were very excited as it was only a week until Christmas. Then, finally, it was Christmas Day and we were very excited to open our presents from our family. We also had Christmas dinner that was delicious. 2021, I am looking forward to getting out of lockdown and to go back to school and see all of my friends again, as I am really missing them. I am also looking forward to doing more things as vice captain when we eventually go back to school. And I can't wait to see my grandparents again because I haven't seen them for over a year as they live in Carlisle and I really miss them. I'm also looking forward to when most people have had the vaccine so the restrictions will lift. In 2021, I would like to be able to run 5k straight because I really enjoy running and I am so close. I would like to achieve dancing in the second group every week because at the minute I am dancing in the first and second group, which makes me very tired the next day. I look forward to what will happen after COVID as I can't wait to go back to school.